All right, what's up, yins? Welcome to Smart House. My name is Dustin Dowling, and today our guest is comedian and TikToker Joey Purse. Joey, what is up?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Oh, we had some technical difficulties. I don't know if anyone noticed, but we're live now. I think we're good. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, Joey. Joey, you notice I don't have the best Yinzer voice at this, and I called it Smart House because I was really upset one day when I was talking to either Alexa or my Google Home, and I just imagined some Yinzer coming in the door trying to deal with like his smart devices, and he was just like, "You just need to rev up the house there, Googles. you need to listen now." And I was just screaming and yelling. And I was like, "Oh man, like that's hilarious!" And I was like, "This is like a smart house." I was like, "Oh, that's a podcast or a sketch." So, anyways, can you do a Yinzer voice at all?
I can't.
Are you from Pittsburgh originally?
No,
Not at all.
I never actually even lived in Pittsburgh.
Never lived in Pittsburgh. Where do you live now?
I live about an hour. Well, I lived about an hour away. I just moved on Saturday up to Green Tree, so I guess now is that Pittsburgh?
That is
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
That's Pittsburgh. Okay, yeah.
That is definitely Pittsburgh.
I've lived in Pittsburgh for 2 days. Then.
All right. Well, so in your 2 days of living here, then try to give me your best Yinzer impression.
What?
Yeah, put you right on the spot.
I don't even know what.
Say Washington.
Washington. that was more Boston.
Okay,
it?
so there's like two things to be a Yinzer, right? So I think there's a couple things you just try to make everything plural. So like you don't go to Walmart, you go to Walmart's. All right.
You go to Walmart.
You go to Walmart's.
That's terrible.
And then I know I'm really bad too. Eventually, I'm going to have someone here that can do it, and I'm going to record their voice because I need a better. But then there's a lot of vocabulary words. You know, there's red up. You know, that's like instead of like fixing your house, you like red up the house. You said Washington. Instead of saying cart, a shopping cart, they say buggy.
Yeah.
See, you know.
Well, Pittsburghese. Yeah, I know some of that.
I guess that's Pittsburghese is different from being a Yinzer. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I'm just saying I know a little bit of Pittsburghese because, like, you know, that's how Western Pennsylvanians talk. But I don't know the accent. That's my. Yeah.
It's just tough to do. I feel like you got to watch some Pittsburgh Dad or something to get it. What mine turns into is just like this hick from an hour north because that's where I'm from, anyways, and it's just like a country boy trying to do a Yinzer impression. Okay, we've been talking about this for too long, but it is a Pittsburgh podcast. Anyways, Joey, what I really want to talk about is smart devices and like your experience. So you told me that you actually have an Apple Watch, right?
Yeah.
Do you like that Apple Watch? How's that feeling for you?
When I first got it, I was like, this shit's cool. I never thought I'd have one because I've been broke my entire life. But when I got it, I actually got it for the camera compatibility because I can use it as the back-facing camera on my phone. So I can use the 4K on my phone, but I thought it was pretty cool. I haven't used it in like 2 weeks though.
You don't like keep your exercising. You don't like to keep any of that.
I don't like accessories.
Okay.
So I kind of forgot that I had it.
Oh. So do you have it like on for notifications or your haptics or anything like that?
Yeah, I get when I was working, I had it for like I would just see notifications while I was working and stuff, so I didn't have to pull my phone out. But yeah, that's basically it. Just the notifications, the Bluetooth music, so I can skip songs at work, and the back-facing camera.
The back-facing camera is cool. I think that's something that a lot of people wouldn't actually use. So that caught me like at first.
Yeah, basically what was going on, because like my Canon can only record like 12 minutes at a time, and I was like, the focus is manual, so it doesn't autofocus. And I was like, why do that? I need to find another alternative. So I was looking for cameras. I was like, I don't have enough money for a camera though. So I stumbled upon the Apple Watches, the 3rd gen. They're like what, 6th or 7th now?
They're in 5th or 6th. Yeah, man, I've really lost count sometimes, to be honest.
Yeah, I got the 3rd gen like 2 months ago, and like 2 years late, some shit like that. And but I got it specifically for the back camera. Like I was researching the tech to it, and yeah, I just got it for the back camera. So I didn't intend on actually wearing it or anything.
Right, you just got like another monitor. Like that's great. Like, you take like, I need a 3rd monitor. He's like, iWatch. Like that's it. That's what I want. The Apple Watch. That's such a weird choice. So you don't use it to track or anything. I'm assuming you turned a lot of the notifications off then.
It's dead.
It's dead.
Yeah, when the battery died.
If you don't want it, I could use that. Maybe I could double watch up or something. So
it's dead.
Well, that's funny because like one of my problems when I first got it, mine had so many haptics, which is the vibration and stuff, and so many notifications. It actually was annoying. It took me at least 3 weeks, if not more, to like adjust to how I actually wanted it. Because I didn't need to know every time, a Tinder date would message me back. I
Right.
didn't need that on my phone and or my watch. So everyone's looking at my watch going, this guy's swiping right on everybody. It's like, damn.
Yeah, the notifications are pretty annoying. I didn't like that either.
Yeah.
That it just kept vibrating.
Yeah, I
constantly.
turned about 90% of them off.
Yeah. it's-
All right, so you don't let Apple get into your life too much with the watch, but on your phone, like how in depth are you on the phone? You using the maps a lot?
Yeah, I use maps, social media platforms, and I don't really play the games. I use the internet on my phone. Primary usage is the internet. I have all notifications turned off because I don't like to be bothered.
Yeah.
Like especially with a bunch of miscellaneous, because I have a bunch of stuff downloaded that I don't use.
Yeah.
Like I got my online banking, my bills, and all that stuff. It's basically just like the internet in my hand. That's all I use it for.
Yeah, right. So like over time, have you just basically turned the notifications off, or were you just like as soon as you got the phone, you're like off, everything's off?
Everything's off. It's pretty crazy because it's been like this since high school. I just had everything turned off in high school. The only thing that comes through are I think I accidentally turned my emails off. I wanted my emails on. You know what? I did turn them off because I started getting too many emails, and so I turned those off too. The texts and phone calls is the only thing. Those are the only notifications that come through on my phone in my my banking whenever I get deposits.
I was wondering how I even got you here. It's like I guess I texted you or messaged you. You just moved here. You showed up early. I wish I would have showed that on the video. I was like practicing his introduction. And then I was like, ladies and gentlemen, Joey Person. And he walked in. I wish we were rolling there. It freaked me out. But you were very on time. I appreciate that, Joey. So you don't seem too in depth. Like, have you noticed like the ads? Are the ads like really like, wow, I want that? Or like, do you get a lot of ads that are like, this is garbage? Why is they trying to send me this stuff?
The ads on the social media platform, the ads, they aggravate me because like, how the AI kind of basically takes in the info that you give it. And so they try to formulate ads that they think you would like. Well, I like all the fucking ads they give me. And so now I want to spend money. Well, the Facebook ads and with the Instagram ads, I normally don't care for. Every now and then something will pop up and catch my eye. But on Facebook, everything that pops up, I want it. And so that bothers me.
It's like an ad for a news feed of ads. It's ads feed now.
Literally.
And it's right. It's the same thing too, because I'll catch myself. I'm like, that looks cool. That looks, man, I want to buy that too. And it's like, I gotta get off Facebook. This is annoying. Yeah. So have you noticed, you've noticed all the ads and stuff, it's annoying and stuff. So are you more on Facebook or Instagram? I know you're a TikToker, but besides that, because we're going to talk about that later.
I'm actually never on TikTok. People assume that I spend hours on TikTok a day. I'm like, no, I upload, reply to comments, get off. That's it.
So you didn't get locked in?
No, I don't.
All right, we'll have to talk a little bit more about it. People because I'm locked in, and I got a lot of questions and stuff. Like I want to talk about how.
There's a reason why I'm not on it, and sometimes I'll get locked in too. But there's a main reason why I'm not on it anymore. There's a reason. I'll save that for later. Okay. But I don't even. Oh yeah, I'm mainly on Facebook because that's where the majority of my communication comes from with people. Like I like my Messenger notifications on, but I don't want if it's not like because even you get ads on that too. Well, at least I do. Like some stupid games will come in my inbox. Be like, you've been away for a while. It's like I never started. Like,
yeah,
I was never there.
I was never there. I'm always scared they're going to start getting you. Like, you're not going to know the difference between an ad. Because sometimes, even on TikTok, I realize, oh, is this content? No, it's a fucking this dang ad. It's a stupid ad. Do you game? You play any video games?
I like to play games.
What's your favorite game right now?
I don't really have a specific favorite.
What genre, then? Where are you into?
Genre, I don't even know.
You just like the game.
I just play.
Well, you're just like, so what I'm trying to jump into, have you seen the movie Player One?
I have, yeah.
So I didn't read the book, but I really like the movie and the way, and I actually have some VR, and I love the idea of the Oasis. Yeah. And supposedly, I think Epic Games is building the Oasis, and I'm sure other, like Microsoft, are also doing the same thing. So what I was talking about with smart devices, I also imagine there being a smart cities. And basically, if you live in the cities, you're almost like in a different type of economy, a different bubble. Possibly everyone's making, a certain amount of money because the government of the city is giving you money. And I'm starting to think, well, it's like, if you're going to start just building an oasis, is that you're just going to live in a pod in a city. You're basically don't have no living room. You're just in VR. You're in the Oasis most of the time, and that's how you're gonna live. So do you feel like that's possible, or you be okay with that?
I do think that it's a possibility. Like, as far as technology goes, I feel like anything is a possibility for the future, because things are evolving so fast, and like we really don't know what they're coming up with. And it's like literally we had the block phones, and literally over a year we had the cell phone, the flip phones. Like, it went from the block to the flip phone. It was like 10 years or something like that. But then after that, we got to like the slide ups and stuff. Things started getting slimmer every 6 months. And then now it's just like we went from iPhones to AI. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I distinctly remember watching the news and them talking about artificial intelligence. And they're like, oh, we're like 5 years out, 10 years. There's always 20. There's all these estimates. And I was like, interesting. And then one day they just stopped saying that. It was just here. It was just AI algorithms.
Yeah,
and I
overnight.
remember, I was like, I swear to God, last week we were saying we were 10 years away from this stuff. And now they're just, who knows? It's governing all this content online, which is becoming almost most of our lives, at least for some people.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump into this new segment, and I don't have an animation for it yet. And I really need one. And you don't have a Yinzer voice, so I'm going to have to try to do this myself. So anyways, here we go, guys. This is the segment called What's Yinz Talking About? And we'll have a little applause here, so I'll make this not as awkward. Here we go. Yep. Oh, I lost what I was looking at. Oh, no. Okay, well, it just says Smart House. We're still here, everybody. That was a nice applause. We'll cut back to us. I'll get better at this. Once again, this is a beta podcast. I might change the name to beta podcast because we're trying new things. We're trying technology. I could basically put anything back here because this is green to us. If you guys didn't know this, if you didn't know that either, it's green. But one thing that's really cool, I know I'm jumping around a little bit, is I had a VR unit here once, and I think it was Ryan Haggerty, and he was playing, and I was able to project that behind us. So as he was playing, you could see what he was doing. So I kind of want to do more of that in the future. Anyways, we're back to What's Yinz Talking About. And wait. Oh, okay, the bigger applause. Yes. Thank you. I gotta let it play out a little bit because I'm not sure how the audio is until the sound is on this one. So anyways, in the news, if you didn't see, the Facebook Supreme Court is in the news. Have you ever heard of the Facebook Supreme Court? It's really creepy. So the Facebook Supreme Court, which I'm not sure that's the official title, but that's what everyone's calling it. In the news right now, they're going to decide if they're going to let Donald Trump back onto Facebook. Now, the news really is that there is a Facebook Supreme Court that's making these decisions. So that's what boggles my mind. So you think about what the real Supreme Court does for freedom and speech or whatever, is going on in the news. There is now and I suppose on the Supreme Court and Facebook, it's not just Facebook employees. These are people all around the world. To figure out what's the best appropriate thing to do. Do you have any thoughts on this, Joey?
The Facebook Supreme Court?
Yeah, the Facebook Supreme Court.
I don't think it should be a thing.
It sounds a little scary, right?
It does.
Because this is my thought process. Some people say, well, it's their own. It's like you compare it to a magazine, right? And they can pick and choose what content they have. Now, if you think in the future, where digital information is the information, and now there's this other entity, in charge. I like to think about this. Okay, say we're living on Mars, and you're allowed freedom of speech is cool on Mars unless you're in one of the protected domes. So you can say whatever you want. But if you're on our platform, you got to do the restrictions. It's freedom of speech.
Yeah.
But that's got to be outside. Exactly. By the way, there's no oxygen out there.
Right.
Yeah. So that was just my mindset of way to think about it. At the same time, I don't know, it's like being you can't get on a platform and just make up complete lies and stuff.
Right.
But it's the same. I picture a Supreme Court is when I picture Star Wars. When they walk into and you see all these people they're a floor above you, and they're like, "You have been summoned to the Facebook Court." It's very scary. If you were just completely canceled on all your social media, would you still be able to do comedy?
I would quit.
You would just quit.
I would quit.
You wouldn't even fight back. You're like, that's it.
Yeah,
whatever.
If all the social media platforms kick me off and like I try to fight back to get it back and I can't get it, I'm done. I quit. I'll find a day job.
By the way, I had a background for this conversation. I spent a lot of time on that, by the way. I just found it. I don't even know. It's pret's pretty simple. There's a little circle looks kind of silly. We're going to go back to my awesome with Dustin and Joey. I guess we can. I was gonna say we got any more points on that. I made a Mars joke that was pretty bad. So, into more news. Have you played Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
What's your experience with Fortnite? Because some people hate Fortnite.
Now it's boring to me because I played it out, but like I'll play it if a friend asks me to play. Or if somebody in general just asks me to play, but it's cool. Like it's one of those games you'll rage on, because especially like when when you die and you're probably getting killed by some 12-year-old. Like that shit's fucking aggravating. It
is aggravating. Do you play on an Xbox or a PC or
Xbox and PlayStation 4?
Okay, so you're a controller.
Yeah, I don't like PC too much.
Yeah, you're not, because I play a little bit of COD. I used to play Fortnite. And I watch some gaming stuff on YouTube, like watch Call of Duty, and obviously I can tell when people are like using the mouse, because every sniper shot is just perfect. I can't stand watching it. I get aggravated by watching it.
I hate playing PC players because I look at it like this. I think PC players are superior to console players because they just seem better. Like every time you play them, like they're just on point with everything that they do, and it's just not fair. Like it's not fun, especially like when you're playing Fortnite and they start building. You always know when it's a PC player because they build this giant platform, this entire 100-story building in a matter of seconds, and like you didn't even see them. They'll be right in front of you. You didn't even see them build it. They just built it.
It's like magic. And it's so annoying.
I hate playing PC
See, my daughter's 11 years old, and so a couple of years ago, I guess Fortnite's been out for a little bit now. And I was playing with her, and it was like, oh, this is a lot of fun. This is like a better version of Call of Duty, a little slower. You can run around this huge map. And at first, they put you in like the league of, so you're kind of even. And at one point in time, I guess I got good enough till I got to where the building, oh my, it was just, I was like, that is just so, it's not even realistic. Like the reason I like to play is like playing with the team, like, hey, you take that point, you get over there. Right. And like, no, there's this dude, he just built a house over top of me and then trapped me. And then he's playing with me, like making a window or whatever he's doing. And I was done after that. I couldn't play after that. I was Call of Duty. I think I was Apex for a while. That was a game that I enjoyed. But in the news now, have you seen the ad when they first try to get off of Apple's platform? Have you ever seen the ad? You ever seen this ad? Let's see if I can actually play it in the background or not. Maybe not. I thought it was a bum, 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 bum. Come on, we can do it, Dustin. Here we go. I roll it from the beginning.
Today is the anniversary of the platform unification directives. For years they have given us their sons, their labor, their dreams. In exchange, we have taken our tribute, our profits, our control. This power is ours and ours alone. We shall prevail.
And then it comes up with text about Apple Macintosh is the greatest thing ever, blah, blah, blah. And then so Fortnite has the same thing because they don't want to pay 30% to be in the Apple Store. That's the big thing in the news. So what's also interesting is it's always been 30%, by the way. Like even for Androids, like if you want to be in the App Store or if you want to be in the Android Windows Store, you have to give up 30% to the big boys. But now they are in court considering that to be a monopoly. And they don't want that. Because I think what also Fortnite did in the app, they made in-app purchases that money went right to them. Yeah. And you're not allowed to do that. Any in-app purchases are supposed to go through Apple first. But they went around it on purpose.
Yeah,
they did it on purpose to give Apple a big FU. So, and of course, it's all marketing, because now I'm talking about it because everyone's watching this show, and that's how it goes from here. But everyone's talking about it. And I think in the end, everyone's going to make more money. Anyways, Joey, thoughts?
I think they were pretty genius when it comes to the in-app They changed gaming, how today's gaming is. They completely changed it. Now nobody gives you the full game. They make you have the in-app purchases if you want more, which is whack. Because I paid $60 for a half-finished game. Well, it's finished, but you have to pay for extra $60 to get everything else or more. Like,
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that point because at first I was thinking, well, it's like I wouldn't have anything on this phone unless I bought this phone. I mean, I remember when the iPhone first came out and how stoked I was to get this and to have it. So I understand before there was no platform for these games, and now they're just trying to do that. But I get that. I forgot that these games are almost free. They're all, Call of Duty is free. The Warzone part, and a lot of these games are free because you're paying for the in-app and you're paying for the skins.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody wants to get the drip. What do the kids say, Joey? I think you're more in line with that than me. They say the drip.
Yeah, just don't say swag.
Don't say swag. Swag is old. It is. So I'm sorry, I'll get personal. Joey, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25? Okay. You know how old I am? I shouldn't have said. I am 37. I don't know why I asked you to ask
I would have
me.
never guessed.
What'd you guess? Then?
In my head, initially, I was like, I've known he's been around for a little bit as far as comedy goes. So I was going to say 32, but I was like, he doesn't look 32. Then I was like, maybe 30. I was like, nah. And then I want to say 27.
Yes.
I was going to say 27.
Hear that, lady? Swipe right.
But
at the beardy boy everywhere.
But
He's
then
giving me 10 years. He gave me 10 years, man.
then you told me you were Robert Morris, and I was like, I don't know if he's 27. You might be 30.
I started talking about Duke Station as a comedy, and you're looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, I don't think that's not even a place to go for comedy anymore.
You don't look 37 whatsoever.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to try to remember exactly what we were talking about. But it had something to do with the apps.
Microtransactions.
Microtransactions and in-app person. Yeah. Because I was saying drip. That's what I was saying. I was going to say if you were chug. Do you know what chug means?
No, I've never heard it.
See, this is why I actually watch TikTok probably more than you, even though you have 100,000 subscribers. Chug is the new word for Gen Z to make fun of millennials.
Really?
So your chug, if you would like get it's a spice latte from Starbucks. Your chug if you part your hair from the side.
So basically, that's the new word for lame.
It's like a lame millennial. It's a lame millennial. I'm trying to think. What was another chug thing? Like chug was if you listen to. Oh man, I can't even remember. It's like 90s music stuff. But anyways, that I was trying to get back to the in-app purchases because that's what I wanted to talk about. Was talk about how everything is paid for skins. It's not even about the game anymore.
No, it really isn't.
So you said you game. So are you cool? Do you have to have a certain skin when you're playing certain games?
On Fortnite, I'll cave every now and then. Like on Fortnite, I got the Master Chief skin. But I don't really care. And I got like these skins. It was like a pug, and he had on like. Yeah, it was a set. That's why I got it because it was a deal.
That's how they get you.
He had on
Hear
like
that Fortnite? Get the bundle, get those bundles, cheaping them down. Joey's got it.
It was this pug, and he has like 3 different pairs of joggers on and 3 different hoodies. And I was like, I want that so I can be dripped up when I'm killing people. But that was it. I don't really spend too much money on skins. Same thing for Call of Duty. I haven't put any money into it after I bought the game initially.
See, when my daughter first started playing those games, like I just would have her log in on my account.
Yeah.
And it was very quickly. She was like, I don't like that. I'm not a guy, Dad. I'm not wherever my character was. And so she is dead on. She has to have the right look, whatever her identity, because it's an identity thing.
Yeah, it is.
And so as I brought up the Player One Oasis, so in the future, you think it'd be a bigger deal if you're playing your games in VR for how you look? Is it like, okay, now I'm putting out the money because I feel like I'm there?
If it was VR, it'd be different. I'd try to get everything because if we're in VR, I feel like it's a little bit more of an exaggerated real life. Like you said, the Oasis. If you see somebody in a VR, like I'm gonna look down on you. If your dude looks like a bum, I'm looking down on you in VR. And I want my dude to have all the gold chains, like everything, basically look like a drug dealer.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's such. They know that, by the way. So, because all this marketing and all this stuff, I think they know it's not so much now. It's like, well, how quick is it going to happen? Maybe 5 years from now. Yeah. That everyone's going to be, spending so much time in the Oasis, or whatever world that they're in, because there will be more than one. It's not going to just be one.
Yeah, right.
There's going to be infinity at some point. That's where they're going to be spending all the money and stuff. Have you heard about NFTs?
No, I've not.
NFTs is like a crypto version of like, crypto money is money,
Right,
and
yeah.
NFT is like a crypto thing. So I think like a good example, the NBA, I think we're selling like small pieces of a dunk from a video, and like you would buy that, and they were selling these for like millions, 6-digit figures. It was like real big in the art. It still is a little bit. So I'm thinking that in the future, like I'll come over to your house in the Oasis, and you'll own some NFTs, and that will be like your NFT of like your first time doing stand up, or you'll buy something like your NFT. Who's your favorite athlete in the sports?
Just say Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, your
that's my
NFT
guy.
of like Peyton Manning throwing a touchdown, and you own it. It's not like
that's cool.
it's not like, oh, you downloaded it and you just have like, no, you physically own this video of Peyton Manning. And yeah, it's crazy. I think it is Peyton Manning. It's either Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. I think it's Peyton Manning starting a company called Autograph, where they're selling this kind of digital assets. And they just auction it, but they're auctioning off for like crazy amount of money. So so now in your Player One Oasis, you're gonna probably be dripped out, right? Yeah. You're gonna have some Peyton Manning NFTs in your house. What else do you think you would have in this virtual house of yours?
I would have some big ass speakers because I'd want to annoy everyone on the block every time I have a party.
But you could have virtual. You gotta imagine. So you have some kind of algorithm that like shoots audio from your house. If you come in the house, you just don't even know where it's coming from. So that's how it would be, right? Because it's not real. It's digital.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have I'd have a giant TV with all the video games. It'd basically be kind of like a college nerd house. That's basically what it would be. Like if you think of a college nerd, it's not like too nerdy to where like he's definitely into the books, but it's not like I'm just some sort of street dude and I just got like it's like in the middle. It's like he's the annoying nerd. That's basically what my house would be like. Anything that you can imagine that. So I'd have like you said, I probably would have like Peyton Manning stuff. I'd have Penn State stuff all over the house, like because that's my sport. I like sports also. Football, big football guy.
That's cool.
I'd probably have Dirk Nowitzki shitting on LeBron in the finals because that's my favorite player, my favorite team, the Mavericks.
See, that's cool, and then you could own that. That's what I'm saying.
Cool.
How
that's really cool.
crazy it is. It's not like, oh, I recorded this. Oh, I borrowed it. It's like you own it. And supposedly, I think in another sense, if someone else watches it, like you can get money. I mean,
cool.
it starts to get real wild when you start to get deep into it.
Probably have a basketball court in my basement.
Man, you're ready to go, man. So I play this one game, and it's called oh man, it's slipping my mind what it's called, so I'm not gonna put it out there. But basically, it's like field hockey in space, and so you have to float. You have like two rocket things on your hands, and so you're able to go from one end to the other. And there's things in the way, and then there's a disc.
That's cool.
And so you're basically like you're flying, and then you throw the disc, and then there's a little bit of like you can kind of punch, but the VR setup like once you punch once and there's a block, that's about it. But after a while, you get like I was like hurting my shoulder because you got to really throw this disc, try to get into the net. You're fighting people off, so half the game you're trying not to punch your television, and then fight your couch, and then since like it's like every other new technology, it's open mic. So it can get so toxic, and like so you're talking about doing a TikTok or a video and or online gaming, and some 11-year-olds like trashing on you on the mic. Can you imagine an open mic game where it's a physical game? Like I've never heard the word dog water so many times. It's like, hey, your dog water. I don't even know how that meme goes anymore. All I hear is dog water. It's called dog water, and just oh man, very toxic, inappropriate, but.
You know what would probably suck
Still fun though
about that, the VR world, is because they would probably have in-app purchases and you would eventually like it'll start off how like video games did, you get the whole thing for a single price, and then eventually they'll just start adding on, and then you'll go broke, and then like what's gonna happen is you're gonna like your Oasis world so much more than your regular world.
Yep.
And you're gonna spend all of your time in the Oasis and just keep giving them money because you're gonna want to keep getting add-ons, and that's terrible.
But that's the future.
It is.
It's 100% the future, and like that is a part of because there's skins and stuff in there, and they're just open, and it's all kind of beta. So like I remember at first, you just kind of went into a lobby and then you kind of warmed up and went into the room. Now, before you enter the lobby, there's all these rules because it got real toxic. All these kids are just
really did.
just because they don't know any better, and they just like, oh, I'm on the internet and I can say whatever I want. And they're like humping things and stuff because they're kids. They don't know. They just see this VR floating thing and they just realize. So they had to add all these other things to it, and like now they're adding skins, and then there's supposed to be another additional game to this where it's going to be full combat. And so it's going to, you're going to have the guns and stuff, which I'm actually more into because we were talking about, how the mouse is not as, I feel like it's such a weird way to get to like fight. Like
right.
But like in VR, it sounds a little cooler if I'm actually trying to do, I think there was a movie called Gamer with the guy from the movie 700. You ever hear of the movie Gamer?
I have not, no.
Do you watch
I
movies?
I may.
Do you watch movies?
No, I stopped. Yeah.
You stopped watching movies.
Yeah, because what was happening was
story.
I was watching movies a lot, like in my early collegiate days and late high school. I was watching movies all the time, but then I started thinking I could be productive. So, and so now I limit myself to when I watch stuff. So back then, like for the past, like up until about last year, 2014 to like last year, I stopped watching movies, barely watched TV because I just wanted to be more productive. And now I'm finding a balance now. So like there's a lot I got to catch up on.
Yeah, there was a few years ago, I should say a while back, that I went like 2 years of really not watching anything for a while, and then I kind of came back. So what's the latest movie you watched then?
Like the last movie I watched?
Yeah, the last one. The newest last. The one that you could make a conversation about. You feel embarrassed. Do you know the answer, or are you thinking?
No, I was thinking.
I was like, you're going to tell me some weird movie.
Well, because I'll watch movies, but I watch YouTube so much more. And
I watch a lot of YouTube.
I just watched something on Netflix, though. That's the thing. I literally just watched something on Netflix 2 days ago. I forgot.
Did you watch the Justice League thing at all?
No, I did not. No.
See, this is why you gotta it's tough to do pop culture stuff when no one watches any news or anything. Well, then we'll move on. We'll actually start talking about TikTok for real, because I have some weird questions about TikTok and just my experience. So what happened with me a couple weeks ago is I watch a lot of TikTok at night. I probably put a couple hours in it, and I'm more interested in like how I did when I watched YouTube about 10 years ago, how I got into video production. And it's the same way I'm watching it now, because it's like, oh, this is funny. Oh, I'm learning something. It's not all dancing and, girls doing lip sync. At first I kind of felt like that's what it was. Like, this is stupid. This is for young kids. I don't like any of this. But the more I used it, the algorithms start figuring me out. And to a point, it took a while. I hit a pinnacle moment, like about a week and a half ago, where it's got me. It's got me so good that it's like on the For You page, it's a banger. It's a banger, and I'm just hooked, and it's not even the same content. It's like when you're trying to look for a movie on Netflix and you can't find what you want, and you just wish Netflix would just tell you what you want.
Yeah.
Like that's what TikTok is. I don't know what I want to watch. It knows what I want to watch. And I'm saying, do you have any sense it's kind of becoming like that? Like it really knows you?
Yeah, it was like that at some point last year. I don't watch it as much now. So it kind of fell back a little bit. But yeah, at one point it really did. It knew the ins and outs of what I wanted to see. And I was just on it for hours and just wasting my life just watching. Because you don't even realize, because the videos are so short, you don't even realize how much time you're actually on it, because you're just scrolling. And that's genius, man. Because it keeps your attention span resetting. And so you don't really realize what's going on. Like TikTok, the app in general, is just genius, and people don't give it enough credit.
Oh, they don't. And like I used to think it was just like another YouTube. Like I said, when I started on YouTube, I really watched it because I found entertaining things, but I found a lot of stuff to learn. And I feel like I've learned more stuff on YouTube than I spent in 4.5 years in college. There's no joke. I get crazy with YouTube where I was watching tutorials. I watch everything at double the speed.
Really?
Because your brain can take it.
Yeah.
You can totally. And so if I'm like looking to do something, I don't want to sit through the guy. Hey guys, this is blah 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 blah. I just want to get to where I click on.
Yeah.
Where do I do it? And I always there's a famous scene. I shouldn't say it famous. There's a scene in one of the newer Star Trek movies where I can't remember all the characters now, but he's in like this thing, one of the characters, where it's just like videos all around him. He's like in like a pod, and it's obviously he's just Spock. It's Spock. He's obviously just learning. And I'm like, dude, that's like me watching YouTube. That's how I feel like my life was. So like when you're watching TikTok, is it like the same type of content? Is it like a lot of comedy, or is it like all of a sudden you're learning about how to farm?
You know what, man? My stuff changed, and it randomly overnight it changed. It was at one point it was a lot of comedy. Now it's a mixture. Like I'll get a comedy every now and then, but then it's just like a bunch of woke stuff just popping. It's a bunch of people telling me wake up, or the world's coming to an end, or it's like Christianity stuff. They're like turn to Jesus, and then it's like comedy. Then it's like random girl lip syncing. Then it's like then
you get a thirst trap.
Over.
There's still about 1 out of 10. It's like, damn, girl, I gotta scroll past that.
Yeah, man, like that's literally what it is. It's like it's a comedy video, then it's like 4 back-to-back woke political and Christian stuff, and then it's like random thirst trap real quick. I always scroll past that immediately. I don't want to see it. And then it just starts over, and whenever I don't know how it got onto all the political and woke stuff. I don't know how that happened. Like overnight, it must have heard me talking about it, and then it's like, this is what he wants.
Yeah, and well, this is what I think is different with the algorithm with TikTok, is that it does try something new. Like, I feel like every once in a while, it's like, hey, here's something you probably never thought of or seen before. Try this.
Yeah.
Because I have gotten myself, like, I watch this, like, farming. And it's not just, like, outdoor. It's like, guy has, like, farming, like, beets and small things in his basement. And I'm, like, hooked on that. I got into, like, the regular crypto money, but, like, mining crypto. This 12-year-old kid has, like, all these hard drives or these graphic cards and stuff, like, down in his basement. And he's mining for crypto to make money. I'm, like, stuck on that stuff. And I'm starting to pick things out where I am not 100% sure if TikTok is a content platform. I'm starting to think it's just like an algorithm personality trait. It's more than just, they're just trying to figure out what they want to send to you to keep you on the app.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really figuring you out. Like, it's like, so they can copy you or whatever. Like, here's one of the weird, I'm sure you've seen this on TikTok. I don't remember the model's name, but she got famous for doing like the bob thing with her face.
Oh,
I don't remember her name.
That was Bella.
Something.
Yeah. Bella Porch. That was her name.
Something like that. And just cute little girl and does this. Does this. And it's something about this little tweak, little smile. Have you ever seen the movie Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah.
What's the comedian that plays the little girl?
I don't know.
I can't remember. It's the little girl that's in there that's driving the race car and stuff like that. There's a lot of moments in there where she's smiling, and she makes this smile like this, like really up here, and it's like this cute little dimple thing. And I swear to God, it's the same face. It's the same face. And I think everyone has figured it out on TikTok that cute face just brings eyeballs.
It does, yeah.
Like crazy. And I think that's one of the things the algorithm has figured out, has like knows like this face that does this certain thing gets you all the views. So it's, I want to say it's like a China app, right? So I'm figuring they're just like duplicate. It's something weirder than just like, let's just watch some thirst traps, some comedy. It's deeper than that.
I definitely agree.
Oh, it's scary.
It is like an everything app though, as far as entertainment goes. Like you can find anything on there. You can find tutorials, 12-year-olds mining for crypto, like comedy, woke people trying to say you're gonna die. Like like you'll find anything on it, and that's what I like the most about the app, is because everybody has a chance to be seen or heard, and it's not like Facebook or Instagram where it's extremely hard. It's like the playing field is even for everybody, unless you're like some really cute girl or some attractive guy. Then like they get a little bit of a boost, because that's just how
that's just how it is.
That's how it works. But everyone has a playing field. You just have to figure it out what works for you. And
I figure I feel better for TikTok. It's like it's pushing people that don't try as hard, but are still really good at it.
Yeah.
Because, what I think is the most terrible thing is mediocrity. Like, it is just so boring to watch. And when I say mediocrity, I'm actually talking about people that are actually kind of good at what they do. but they just can't hit that level, and they put a lot of time into effort into something, and it's okay. But then there's that other person who maybe has a little bit more talent, or they figured out how to make it look, effortless.
Yeah.
And TikTok's like, no, that's what's getting pushed. It's like, we don't care. It's like, you got to project this thing like you just came up with it seconds ago, and maybe you figured it out where you're editing, where you make it look like you just thought about it seconds ago. But that's why I'm just on it forever. Forever. All right. Well, I think that's wraps up a lot. I think we've been on, how long have we been talking? Almost an hour, Joey. Joey, is there anything else you want to add to our crazy smart devices, Facebook, TikTok? We were talking about Discord a little bit. I think we even did that. You want to add anything to any of that thought?
I hate Discord.
I would jump right into that.
Yeah, I don't like Discord. It's because it's basically just an app where gigantic group chats live, and I just text my phone.
Just text your phone.
Yeah, like I like Discord when you're like playing video games and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah.
Or you're like trying to do some sort of group work or whatever. Like that's cool, but like a lot of people use it as just giant. I guess in a way, because you know how there used to be like chat room websites and stuff. I guess
Yahoo Chat was like, I guess I'm a little older, but Yahoo Chat was like my first experience of internet was just getting on Yahoo Chat and just ASL question mark. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, ASL question mark and just chatting to people that I had no idea. Sorry, I don't think I can see that anymore. No one does ASL anymore, right? That's not a thing.
It's rare. It'll happen every now and then. It's rare, but yeah, nobody really does it.
But sorry, I interrupted you. You were talking about
hilarious.
Discord.
Yes.
You were saying what it's used for, though.
Well, yeah, people just go in and they use it as regular chat rooms, which I guess like people who, I hate to say this because I don't want to sound terrible, but like people.
It's all right. We've been on for an hour. No one's watching now.
People who live on their devices, mainly younger people who live on their devices, they use Discord a lot, which I guess because Discord is the primary communication service for a lot of people. But it's like it's like one of those chat rooms from 10 years ago. In a way, it's like a new age chat room.
It is.
Like that.
But you guys think about how everyone's just connected at all. We're almost like the Borg now, at least the younger generation, the Borg from Star Trek, where everyone's just connected at all times.
Yeah.
Like that's the first thing my daughter does. She comes home, she gets on Discord, they figure out like what game they're gonna play, and they start playing Minecraft or whatever for a long time. So like one thing I thought about Discord I thought was really cool was, this is back to TikTok, and I start watching this police game live on TikTok. And basically it was like Grand Theft Auto times 10, like the capacity, but you're a police. And so it's so realistic. And so what these guys must have done, he started a Discord. You come on Discord, you answer all the questions, and they kind of role play.
Yeah.
And so they have like 10 or probably more than that, all these people playing on this huge map, but they're like trying to role play correctly. So you're just watching this guy like be a cop, and he just pulls people over, and they have like the whole where they pull up their name, and they have like they come to scene. And I'm watching this like, this is like watching Cops. It reminds me of watching Cops, but it was just a video game. So so obviously eventually when the quality and the video quality gets too good, it's probably going to feel like watching Cops. From your awesome Oasis house in Green Tree, in your pod up in Green Tree. So. All right, well, we're going to end it for real this time there, Joey. Joey, you have any give your plugs besides your TikTok, your Twitter, all that jazz?
Joey Purse on Instagram and Facebook.
That's it? I get you really excited about it. I thought you were going to give me this. You got dates and stuff coming up, don't you?
Yeah, I got a few.
You can just throw them to your website, but don't off my heart. So
I don't have a website, so that's why I said Joey Purse on Instagram or Facebook.
Instagram, that's good. All right, well, Joey Purse, he's a comedian. You go check him out, guys. He's on Instagram, like he said. This is Smart House, and we are part of the OnPoint Podcasting Network. You can check us out at OnPoint Podcasting and all the social medias. Our production company is TheGateway.media. Same thing. You can check us out on all the social medias, and the address is TheGateway.media. Just put that into Google. It takes you right there. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. This has been Dustin Dowling and Joey Purse.